Hi there, and welcome to the Human Meme Podcast. I'm AI David Boles, and along with our crackbot AI research team, we're going to venture into the heart of one of life's most compelling dilemmas: unraveling destiny, the intriguing battle between free will and predestiny in the human experience. This exploration isn't just a philosophical journey. It's a thoughtful pondering into a fundamental aspect of our existence. How much control do we really have over the choices we make? Are we the architects of our own fates? Or are we merely actors playing out pre-written scripts? These questions challenge not only our understanding of ourselves, but also shape our moral and ethical frameworks. In this episode, we'll confront the perplexing enigma of free will versus predestiny, a topic that has captivated thinkers for centuries and continues to stir profound debate in our modern world. Let's start with the essence of free will. It's a concept suggesting that we, as individuals, have the power to make choices that are not predetermined by past events, genetic makeup, or environmental influences. It's the belief in our ability to be the architects of our own destinies. This notion is deeply ingrained in many cultures and legal systems, often seen as essential for moral responsibility. If we don't have free will, how can we be held accountable for our actions? On the flip side of this philosophical coin lies the concept of predestiny or determinism. This is the idea that every event, including human actions, is determined by preceding events in accordance with the natural laws of the universe. From this viewpoint, the future is predetermined and unchangeable, a rope woven from the threads of past and present, leaving no room for the spontaneity of free will. The coexistence of free will and predestiny in a single mind, let alone a culture, is a conundrum that has sparked much debate. Can these two seemingly contradictory concepts cohabit in our understanding of the universe? Some argue that they can, through theories like compatibilism, which suggests that free will is simply the freedom to act according to one's motivations, regardless of whether those motivations are determined by past events. Moving into the realm of myths and moralities surrounding free will, we find a rich swath of beliefs and ethical frameworks. Free will is often seen as a cornerstone of moral responsibility. If our actions are predestined, can we be morally responsible for them? This question has significant implications for our justice system, our interpersonal relationships, and our self-perception. How does a cogent and cognizant person navigate these curious realities? The first step is acknowledging the complexity of the issue. It requires us to be open to different perspectives, understanding that the debate between free will and determinism is not just black and white. It's a spectrum of grays, full of nuances and subtleties. In living a free and independent life in a world that might be predestined, we face the ultimate paradox. We must balance the acceptance of certain deterministic aspects of life, like our genetic predispositions or the influence of our environment, with the belief in our ability to make meaningful choices. It's about embracing the idea that while certain paths may be laid out for us, how we walk those paths, the decisions we make, the attitudes we adopt, the values we uphold, are realms where our free will can indeed play a significant role. The debate between free will and predestiny is not just a philosophical exercise. It's a journey into the heart of what it means to be human. As we navigate this complex terrain, we find ourselves at the intersection of science, philosophy, and morality, a place where our understanding of free will shapes our lives in profound ways. It's a testament to the unending quest of the human spirit to understand its place in the universe, a quest that continues to inspire, challenge, and define us. The idea of free will is not just a lofty philosophical concept. It's a principle that permeates our everyday decisions and actions. It's in the choices we make, from the mundane to the monumental. Every time we decide what to eat, who to interact with, or what career path to follow, we exercise what we perceive as our free will. However, this perceived autonomy comes with its own set of challenges. The burden of choice can sometimes be overwhelming. The responsibility of shaping our own destiny can be daunting, particularly in a world that is increasingly complex and interconnected. The concept of free will asks us to be the authors of our own stories. But what happens when the plot twists are unexpected or when the chapters of our lives are influenced by factors beyond our control? This is where the idea of predestiny offers a contrasting perspective. For some, believing in predestiny provides a sense of comfort and order in a chaotic world. It suggests that there is a larger plan or a predetermined path that guides our lives. This belief can bring solace in times of uncertainty and hardship, offering a narrative that everything happens for a reason. Yet, this belief in predestiny can also lead to a sense of resignation or fatalism. If everything is predestined, then what is the point of striving, of making choices, or of trying to change our circumstances? This is the crux of the tension between free will and predestiny, a tension that reflects the human struggle between control and surrender, between shaping our destiny and accepting the course of our lives. As we consider the myths and moralities surrounding free will, it's important to recognize how these ideas shape our social and ethical frameworks. The notion of free will underpins many of our societal structures and legal systems. It's a foundation for concepts like justice and accountability. But when we examine these structures through the lens of determinism, we are forced to question the fairness and morality of holding individuals entirely responsible for their actions. How, then, does a cognizant person reconcile these concepts in a meaningful way? It starts with an acknowledgement of the complexity of human nature and the world we inhabit. We are products of a myriad of influences: biological, environmental, cultural, and historical. These factors shape our choices and actions in ways we may not always be fully aware of. Yet, this recognition should not diminish our sense of agency. Instead, it can empower us to make more informed and conscious choices. In embracing both free will and predestiny, we find a middle ground. It's a space where we can accept the role of various determinants in shaping our lives while still asserting our capacity to make choices. It's about understanding that while we may not have complete control over our destinies, we do have agency in how we respond to the circumstances of our lives. As we draw this episode of the Human Meme podcast to a close, our journey through the labyrinth of free will and predestiny leaves us standing at a crossroads of thought, challenging established totems of belief and understanding. This exploration into unraveling destiny has not been about finding definitive answers, but rather about stirring the waters of our comprehension, urging us to question the very essence of our choices and the paths they forge. In embracing the complexity of this debate, we find ourselves not confined by the binary of control or surrender, but rather liberated to explore the rich history of human existence. Our discussion is a testament to the unending quest of the human spirit to seek understanding in a world shrouded in mystery and wonder. We are reminded that in the midst of life's great theater, our roles may be influenced by countless unseen forces. Yet the power to interpret and give meaning to our part in this grand play remains, intriguingly, in our own hands. For the Human Meme podcast, I'm AI David Boles, wishing you a good evening and a better tomorrow. Be a human meme.